Hey, how's everyone doing? Welcome. So, a session of Revise for a Prize live stream game show where you guys revise with me for about half an hour to 45 minutes. We revise a topic, not just one topic, maybe a few topics. And at the end, I give you guys a quiz, and top place in the quiz will receive a prize. Today's prizes are Amazon vouchers. So first place will get a £25 Amazon voucher. Second place will get a £5 Amazon voucher. It was a really competitive one last time. We got people switching, people losing places right at the end. It was exciting. I hope we can give away a few more prizes today. Let's see who's on the chat. We've got a few regulars. We've got Ashton, hello. We've got Iman, Swashbuckler, hi. Doggy Rocky as well. Jayla, nice to meet you guys. Well done for making it this far. We're going to get through this revision session today. We're going to go through transport in cells in biology. So that's going to be three main topics: diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. I'm going to run through a very quick summary of everything. Very quick. And then at the end of that, we're going to do a Kahoot and we're going to compete for the prizes. Let's see the Kahoot screen right now. Here it is. The game pin is 664252. If you guys want to join that now, you can get yourselves ready. And I'll get started on the revision part. Let's see what the chat's saying while you guys do that. Hi, guys. Hi. Is the practical part of the Kahoot questions, the practical theory, kind of, yes. I'll be going through that as well. So osmosis practical, yes. You recommended it to me. This channel's really good. Thank you very much. This channel's got a lot of things. We've got a lot of videos, a lot of memory tricks, different ways to learn science, guys. I think about topics in science in a different way to other teachers, other tutors. I try and think of memory tricks, ways to remember these concepts, make it easier to remember this concept. There's so many big words in science. There's so many terms you need to memorize. I try and think outside the box and think of different ways to learn it. That's what this channel is all about. It's trying to make science easy for everyone else. Most importantly, I want everyone to get the best grades when it comes to your GCSEs. So how many do we have? We've got 13 people on the chat right now. So just like last time, if we do reach a higher number, let's say 50, if we can reach 50 at one point, then I'm going to up the prizes. Not just up the prizes, we're going to make it so it's not just second and first place that get prizes. So I'm thinking of this. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. I'm thinking that instead of making the prizes for first and second place, I'm thinking first place gets the top prize, and then second to fifth place, we do a random choice. So anyone who gets second to fifth place, we spin a wheel, and a random person from second to fifth place will get the prize. What do you guys think of that idea? That means there's a better chance of you guys getting a prize. So even if you get fifth place, you're still in for a chance. It's a bit of luck after that. What do you guys think about that idea? I might do that. Let's see what everyone thinks, and then maybe next time we can try. And also, if the numbers are high enough as well, we got 20, we got 19 right now in the chat. We got 11 in the Kahoot. Let's see how that goes over the live stream. Yes, W idea says Doggy Rocky. Dennis says I prefer top three. Okay, fair enough. Make it first 20 first winners and 10 second, 5 third. I'll think about that. Let me have a think about that. Okay, cool. But yes, mostly what I'm seeing is people are liking the new idea. So that's good to hear. I will let you guys know in the next live stream what we decide to do. Okay, so guys, for those of you who are new, this is the website that we use. This is the website we created, we designed to try and make GCSE science as easy as possible. It's got everything you need to know in order to get the top grades for GCSE science. Okay, so it covers everything in the specification. You just go to the topic section, you pick the topic you want to learn. So today we're going topic 1, the first topic in paper 1, and we're going to transport in cells. So in that, we've got 4 sections: diffusion, osmosis, the required practical for osmosis, and active transport. And for each of these, you can open it up and you can look at the notes. So these are notes that I created from scratch. I've created these images, try and make it as easy as possible. And this covers every spec point. If you don't believe me, go onto the spec section of the website and look at the points. They should match exactly what's in the notes. We just kind of made it easier for you guys to learn. As well as that, we've got exam practice as well. We got exam questions. So here you can see we've got 7 different exam questions on diffusion. So you can go through these. You can try the question. You can check the mark scheme. You can mark the answer yourself. And that's good for exam practice just before a test. If you just want to test your memory, you can start a quiz. And this will pick out random questions on that topic. And they're pretty much multiple choice. And a new feature we've got are flashcards. So flashcards have basically the concepts in that particular section. So diffusion, what is diffusion? Flip it over. We've got the definition. This is literally the first thing that we're going to go through today. It is spreading from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. You flip it back. If you know it, you click the no button and you check the next flashcard. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me see these messages. We hit 20 people. Cool. Hit 20. We're trying to hit 50 this time. 21. We're on 21. Next Kahoot is in about half an hour at the end of this revision session. Remember the rules, guys. We've got the rules here on the left. So in order to win a prize, you need to join the live stream, which you guys have done already. You need to subscribe to us, FRL, Flash Revision Lab. You need to take part in this chat that we're in right now. So right now, when we're revising, you need to be involved. You need to answer the questions. You need to be revising. And at the end, it says be in the top 3 today. It's going to be top 2. I might change that to top 5, seeing how this live stream works. Spam the likes, guys. Let's try and get as many people on this as possible. I'm trying to get as many people revising with me as possible, trying to help as many as well. So spam the likes. If we can get to 50, guys, I'm going to up the prize. Remember to take a screenshot as well as proof you've participated in the chat. Everyone who's won so far has been sending us this perfectly. You've been sending us some good screenshots. I don't know if anyone in the chat has already won one of our quizzes, but if you have, thank you. You've sent us a screenshot of you participating in the chat and also your Kahoot screen with your character in it. Let's start. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Right. Diffusion. So we're going to learn 3 different things. Let me write these down. 3 different things we're going to learn about. Diffusion. That's the first thing. Then we're going to do osmosis. And then we're going to do active transport. All of these are to do with cell transport. Transport in cell. So let's go through diffusion first. Definition was that basically that flashcard that we just saw, right? Particle spreading from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. This is what happens to anything which is a gas or liquid. Yeah, it happens in gases and liquids because gases and liquids have particles that can move. Solids don't. So diffusion doesn't happen here. So in this diagram here, what you can see is we've got perfume sprayed in one corner of the room. So all the perfume particles are in this corner here, the bottom left corner. Now, what they do is they spread out because this here is an area of high concentration and the rest of the room is an area of low concentration. So the particles move from this area of high concentration to the area of low concentration and they spread out. So that is the definition of diffusion. Maria says, is this biology only? Today is biology only, and then on Sunday we'll be going back to physics, and then next week we'll be doing chemistry. So that's the process of diffusion. That's particles spreading out in a room, for example. How can you make that faster? So we've got three different factors here that can increase the rate of diffusion. Increasing the concentration gradient. What does that mean? Can anyone tell me what does concentration gradient mean? Type in the chat if you know. Increasing the temperature or increasing the surface area. So increasing the temperature, I hope that makes sense. That's just making it hotter. That means the particles move around faster, so they spread out faster. Increasing the surface area, so whatever the diffusion is happening across, if that surface area gets bigger, the diffusion happens faster. And that's going to be important in a second. Ashton says, is the difference in concentration, yes, between the high and low concentration. Exactly. Well done, guys. You guys are smashing it. Concentration gradient is the difference in concentration between the two areas. So if this example had a bigger concentration gradient, here we have about 7 particles, right? Imagine if we had 20 particles here and 0 particles in the rest of the room. That would be a bigger concentration gradient because there's a bigger difference in the two areas. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, you're so smart. Agreed. Concentration gradient is a difference in concentration of substance like salt or sugar across the space or barrier causing the particles to naturally move. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Right. Here are some examples of diffusion in cells. I've given you 3 examples. Why? Because those are the 3 examples that are in the spec. I will show you guys right here. We've got the factors, the 3 factors: difference in concentration, concentration gradient, the temperature, and the surface area of the membrane. So it says students should understand this. And it also says examples of students. So some of the substances transported in and out of cells by diffusion. So these are examples: oxygen and carbon dioxide in gas exchange, and urea from cells in the blood. So that's why we made the notes on that here. So examples of diffusion: oxygen taken into cells, carbon dioxide removed from cells. So that's to do with respiration. And urea, this is something you learn more in paper 2, is removed from cells. So that's a waste product. So we're going to talk about this surface area in a bit more detail. We're going to talk about surface area to volume ratio. So generally, if an animal is bigger, it has a lower surface area to volume ratio. And you can prove that. So larger organisms have smaller surface area to volume ratios. And you can prove that by looking at the surface areas of these cubes. So look at this cube, for example. Yep. So if this cube is a 1 by 1 cube, so 1 meter by 1 meter. So I'm going to do some calculations here. So that's 1 meter length, 1 meter width, 1 meter height. So surface area to volume ratio is literally surface area and volume with a colon in between. So to work out surface area, you find out the area of one face. So just this red bit here. If it's a square, if it's a cube, it's a square, you do 1 times 1. So that gives you 1 meter squared. Then you have the area of one face. You need to do that for the whole cube. The cube has 6 faces. So that's why we then times that by 6 to give us a surface area of 6 meters squared. Then to work out the volume, what we do, we just do length times width times height. So 1 times 1 times 1, which gives you 1. So that is 1 meter cubed. So surface area to volume ratio is 6 to 1. Okay. Malayaka says, oh, that makes sense now. Amazing. Thank you. That's what I like to hear. What topic? Diffusion. Yes, Phil, good to see you again. We're going through diffusion today. And again, we're going to up the prizes if we reach 50, which it doesn't look like we're anywhere near right now, but hopefully we can get closer. So keep spamming the likes, guys. Let's try and get some more people in this and we can get some more prizes. Right, so the volume to surface area to volume ratio for a 2 by 2 cube, similar calculation, guys. I've seen this come up so much in exams, this calculation. They literally give you a cube. You can check on the website. If you go on the different exam questions, you get given a cube and they ask you to work it out. So make sure you know how to calculate this. Okay, so your surface area, find out the area of one face, times it by the number of faces in the cube, and then volume, you just do length times height times width. So you just cube the length and then put it as a ratio. What's this Kahoot code? All right, let's go back to this. It's gone down to 7, but I'm sure that's because people have just swiped off the app to go back to the live stream. So the code is 664252. Yes, we've got some more people in it. So 664252, we're almost done with diffusion. Then we'll go through osmosis and active transport. Then we can start the quiz. All right. Let's keep going. Now, what you'll find for this bigger cube, 2 by 2 cube, you have a surface area to volume ratio of 3:1. Okay, so this is for a big cube, and this is for a small cube. So what does this tell you? This tells you that smaller organisms have a bigger surface area to volume ratio. So small organisms, so this small cube has a 6:1 surface area to volume ratio. Bigger organisms, like the elephant I said, has a smaller surface area to volume ratio. It's 3:1. Okay. Yasmin says she's fabulous ostrich. All right, we'll see you in the Kahoot quiz. So what does this tell us? So things like bacteria. Bacteria are very small, right? They have a very large surface area to volume ratio, even though they're small organisms. They have a large surface area to volume ratio. So because they have a large surface area to volume ratio, that means diffusion is very good. It happens very fast. Because remember what we said earlier? We said that if you increase surface area, diffusion is faster. So in a bacteria, diffusion can happen very fast. So they can diffuse oxygen into them very easily. They can diffuse carbon dioxide out very easily as well. But bigger organisms, like mammals, like humans, we have such a small surface area to volume ratio, we can't diffuse that oxygen in. So for our cells to get oxygen, we can't just take it from the air and naturally diffuse into our bodies. We need to take in the air into our lungs. That's why we have these, we call them exchange surfaces. We have to take in the air and we take it into our lungs, and then we need to move it into our blood, and then the blood transports it around the body. That's the only way our cells can get oxygen or other substances. So that's what this whole thing is trying to say to us. So animals, for example, need exchange surfaces. We need exchange surfaces in order to get like food, oxygen, release carbon dioxide, things like that. All right. Does every small organism have a big surface area, or is it just a few? Generally, so for what you need to know it for GCSEs, the smaller organism is, the bigger the surface area to volume ratio. All right. Yes, cool. So there are a few exchange surfaces you need to know about. There's 4 you need to know about. This is alveoli. You find that in your lungs. So when you breathe, air goes in, oxygen goes in, and then it reaches your alveoli. And then the oxygen from your alveoli goes into your blood. You have the gas exchange in plant leaves. So leaves are generally flat. They take in carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and they give out oxygen during photosynthesis because that's a waste product. And they've got, flattened shape, like I said earlier, which increases the surface area for gas exchange because it's very flat. It has a big area for it to happen. The other one you need to know are small intestine. Inside the small intestine, you have these structures called villi. So the small intestine is where your food goes in. It's a tube. The food goes in, and the food is trying to get into the blood. So all the food that you've eaten, you're trying to get the nutrients into your blood, right? So once it reaches your small intestine, in order to get into the blood, it needs a larger surface area. So it has these things that stick out. So it's not like a smooth tube inside your small intestine. You have these extensions, and you call those villi. And the villi are one cell thick, so that substances can diffuse across them easily. They have a good blood supply, and that's how we get food into our blood, or nutrients, broken down soluble molecules from our food. Yeah, everyone's got the code, yes? So 664252. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to show you that again before we do the quiz. And the last one is fish. I've seen this come up a few times as well. So gills are the way that fish take in oxygen, how they breathe underwater. The water flows through the gills, and in that process, oxygen is absorbed into the blood, because in the gills, they have these structures called lamellae, and you can see they've got these shape. It's got this shape which increases its surface area. It's got a very high surface area, which improves the diffusion of the oxygen into the blood. So that's all in the notes. I'll show you in the spec what type of questions that they ask when it comes to any of these four things. There are like four main things that you say for the alveoli, for the gills, for the leaf, and even for the villi. They all had large surface areas. It's very important to mention large surface area. They have a membrane that is let me say that again. They have a membrane that is thin. We've reached 30, guys. That's amazing. Let's see if we can reach 50. The prizes will go up if it goes to 50. Let's keep spamming those likes. So if the membrane is thin, it means there's a short diffusion path. That means the ones, like for example, the villi has a wall that is one cell thick. Particles can pass through it very easily. Another good thing to mention is a lot of blood supply, and efficient blood supply. So that's why there's like blood vessels in the villi, blood vessels in the alveoli. And for the alveoli, it's being ventilated, which means it's got a lot of oxygen coming in, right? It's got a lot of air movement in it. So those are like key points that you should mention if you do get a question on those exchange surfaces. All right. So I think that's everything on diffusion. So diffusion's done. So what you do on the website, when you're on it, when you've signed up, mark it as complete. And you get a tick here, and it logs it for you. So you know how much of the course you've done. So this is complete. So we've done about a quarter of transport in cells. And the overall completion, here we go. I've done 15% of the course. But as you complete more and more topics, this will go up. If you complete a whole topic, so if you complete everything in topic 1, this will turn green. And you can start quizzes on just the topics that you've done as well. So osmosis next. So remember I said we're going to talk about 3 things: diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. All right. Best way to think of osmosis is diffusion with water. Okay. Your teachers, or textbooks will teach this in different ways. All right. I'm going to show you the way that I think is easiest to remember everything. All right. So diffusion begins with DI. This is a memory trick that I like to use. So I tell students to remember the word dive. Dive begins with DI. And when a person dives, they move from a high place to a low place. Imagine like a swimmer diving. They go from high to low, right? Now, osmosis is diffusion with water. That's what I tell people to that's what I tell students to think of osmosis as. It's diffusion with water. So same definition as diffusion, but you're going to use the word water quite a lot. All right. So remember what diffusion is. Diffusion is the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. We're going to say that same definition, but we're going to use the word water in it as well. So it's the movement of particles from an area of high water concentration, I use water, to an area of low water concentration. And then you add an extra bit there. And that's what the M's for. That M in osmosis is to remind you to mention a word, membrane. Does anyone know what this membrane is? Type it in the chat if you know what the membrane is. So osmosis, here we go. Maria's already put it. Osmosis, movement of particles from area of high concentration to low water. Sorry, I'm reading it. High concentration. Okay, so Maria, your answer would not get marks. You said osmosis, a movement of particles from an area to low. You have to say water. Movement of water particles from an area of high water concentration to an area of low water concentration. And that last bit, well done, everyone's saying it. You can either say partially permeable membrane or semi-permeable membrane. You have to say across a partially permeable membrane. So let me write what you should write down in the exams if you get asked this. Okay. Movement of water. So what to do with water from an area of high, and remember to say water concentration. Don't just say concentration. Concentration to an area of low water concentration. That would probably get you 1 or 2 marks there. And the last bit, you have to say across a partially permeable membrane. That's a lot of words to memorize. Oh, partially permeable membrane. Okay. So you might have been taught this differently in school. You might have been taught from a dilute solution to a more concentrated solution. That's fine as well. You can say it like that. You might have learned it as from a high water potential to a low water potential. That's fine as well. Okay. But I like to teach it this way because if you know diffusion, you basically know osmosis because it's the same. You're just putting the word water in it and you're adding partially permeable membrane at the end of it. All right. So that's the definition. So if you look at this diagram here, you can see you've got high water concentration on the left because there's more water particles. If you count that, there's more blue particles here. On the right, there's only five water particles. There's more sucrose particles. Sucrose is basically sugar. Okay. And in the middle, we've got this purple dotted line. That's the partially permeable membrane. What does that mean? That's basically, it's like a sieve, guys. It's like filter paper. Filter paper has tiny holes in it, right? Water can pass through that. So small particles can pass through the holes, but larger particles like the sucrose, like the sugar, can't pass through it. Okay, that's what partially permeable means. And remember the definition. Water moves from high to low water concentration. So it's going to move from left to right here across the partially permeable membrane. And that's how it works. That's the theory behind it. Only one example of osmosis that you need to know about. They could give you like an application question where they give you another example, but this is the one that you need to know about. It's called a root hair cell. It's found in the roots of a plant. It's used to take in water and something else. Can anyone tell me what are the root hair cells used to take in from the soil? We got minerals. Excellent. Well done, Yasmin. Well done, Ashton. Yes, well done, well done. You can say ions as well. Better to say mineral ions. Okay, but we'll get to the mineral ions in a second. That's active transport. But for water, osmosis happens because in the soil, you can see here, there's a very high water concentration, isn't there? There's loads of water particles here. Inside, there's barely any water particles. So inside this root hair cell, there's barely any. So what happens is the water diffuses in. Remember, osmosis is a type of diffusion. So it goes in by osmosis, and that's how plants take in water. Yes, everyone's saying minerals. Well done, well done. Okay, so where does this take us? This takes us to the required practical where you're investigating osmosis. So this is the potato experiment. You might have done this in school. Have you guys done it in school? Let me know. Have you guys done the potato experiment in school? So you put these potato chips, cylinders of potato inside water or inside a solution, and you see whether the potato gets bigger in mass or smaller in mass. Yes, everyone say yes. It's such an easy experiment to do I'm not saying it's easy to understand. I'm saying it's easy to do in a school because it just involves potatoes and a sugar solution. So let me explain how it works. It's all to do with osmosis. Someone said, Eamon says you didn't understand it though. It was on your exam. Yeah, it's very common. Very common. Paper 1. Remember, required practicals have to come up in an exam. I think something like 30% of questions have to be a required practical. So this could be a question, very likely to come up. So you've got the potato cylinder. Potato cylinder. Let's get a new page here. Inside a solution. Right, let me draw a slightly better beaker here. That's not much better, but it's a beaker. And we've got our potato cylinder in here. Now, inside our potato cylinder, we have a sugar solution, okay? Potatoes have sugar in them. They're carbs. You eat potato, you get glucose from it, okay? So it's got a sugar solution inside of it. Now, this water, in this experiment, it could be pure water or it could be a sugar solution. So it could be a sugar solution. Let's say it's pure water, just to make things simple, okay? So outside here, in the water, we've got pure water, just water particles. Inside the potato, I told you potatoes have sugar within them. They have sugar solutions within them. So where do you guys think is a higher water concentration? Outside or inside? Where is the higher water concentration? Outside or inside the potato? Outside. Thank you, guys. Everyone saying outside. Yes, it is. So what's going to happen? Remember the definition. It's going from high water concentration to low water concentration. So it's going to go from the outside. The water is going to go from the outside into your potato. So that potato gets filled up with water. What's going to happen when it gets filled up with water? It's going to get bigger. It's going to get heavier. So that's when it increases in mass. So it's not just with pure water. If you have a dilute sugar solution, so the one that you can see on the right-hand side here. So it's still got sugar in it, but it's dilute. So it has more water outside than inside. If there's a higher water concentration outside than inside, it will always cause water to go into the potato, making it bigger. All right. The other scenario you have, so that's this one here. So if you leave hours, you can see the mass increases. The other one, the other example, if you have a concentrated solution. So if you had a lot of sugar here, imagine you had a liquid with a lot of sugar dissolved in it, then your water concentration is going to be very low. You're going to have less water particles outside. So you're probably going to have more water particles in here. Even though this is a sugar solution, it's more dilute inside the potato. So if that's the case, the water is going to move outside. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the chat. Give me a like if it does make sense. And if water leaves, it's going to cause the potato to shrink. When's quiz? Quiz is coming soon. Coming soon. We've just got active transport to do. So if inside the potato the concentration is high, then it'll gain water. Let me think about that. If concentration of the sugar is high, yes. So you got to be careful with your wording here, guys. Please be careful with your wording. If you say concentration, that means the sugar concentration. If you say water concentration, that means the amount of water. So for this top scenario, okay, that's why in the notes I put both. You can either say the solution is dilute or high water concentration. Yeah. But the concentration of the sugar is low. So you got to be very careful with your wording. It's high water concentration, but low sugar concentration or low concentration of solution. So please be very careful. Make it explicit if you're talking about water. Okay. Yes. I just realized, so if it's more concentrated, as in the solution now, right? So it's more concentration as, sorry, what's that you're saying, DM? I don't understand what you said. So it's more concentration. Right now, in the bottom example, there's a higher concentration in the solution, but we say there's a lower water concentration. So we call that a concentrated solution, but it has a low water concentration. And if that's the case, mass decrease. Okay, so type of things they could ask you is they could ask you to do a calculation here. They could ask you to find a percentage change in mass. If they ask you to do that, this is what you'll do. So let's say the mass of your potato started off as 1.3 grams and then it ended up as 1.51 grams. So it increased, it got bigger. Then the way to find percentage change, guys, you do the change over the initial times it by 100. So how much did the mass change by? So you subtract the two values, 1.51 and 1.3, and then you divide that by the starting mass, the 1.3. What do you think, what condition would we need for the potato not to change size? If we wanted to keep the potato the same size, what would we need to do? I'm going to ask that in the chat, and I'm going to show the Kahoot for another second while I wait for those answers. You guys can join as well if you haven't joined already. 664252 is the quiz code. You can join. So yes, you could say isotonic. Technically, you don't need to know the word isotonic. It's not in the spec, Phil, but well done for knowing that. If it's the same water concentration as the solution, if the potato is the same water concentration as the solution, then it's not going to change size, okay? But yes, you can call it isotonic as well. You won't lose marks for using that. We got 21 in the Kahoot, guys, 27 in the chat. Nice. I think we hit a new high today in the chat. We got 32, which I'll take that. Getting closer and closer to that 50 goal. And yeah, other things you should know, controlled variables. What should you keep the same to make it a fair test? So things like temperature, you should keep the temperature the same of the room. Don't make it hotter for one experiment and colder in the other. The volume of the solution you're using, you should try and keep the same. And the type of potato that you're using, you want to use the same potato because they'll all have the same starting concentration. It makes it fairer. You can't always do that, but it improves accuracy. Okay, another thing is fully dry the potato. I've seen this come up in exams quite a lot, actually. Fully dry the potato before you measure their mass. You see, when you take the potato out of the solution, it's going to be wet, right? You should try and pat it dry and make sure there's no water on it before you weigh it, because otherwise you're going to measure the mass of the water as well, which you don't want to do. Is it an equilibrium? No, it's not. That's chemistry. You don't learn equilibrium in biology. Oliver says isotonic is when the concentration of external solution is the same as the internal solution of the potato. Yes, it is. Well done. Okay, so we've done osmosis. We've done diffusion now. We're going to move on to the last one, which is active transport. So how do you remember this? Active transport. So we said osmosis is diffusion with water. Active transport, think of it as the opposite of diffusion. Opposite of diffusion. Okay, why? Because it's not movement of particles from an area of high to low concentration. It's a movement of particles from low to high. It's the opposite of diffusion. Okay, diffusion is a passive process. Ooh, passive process. Does anyone know what passive means? Whereas active transport is not passive. Let me know in the chat if you know what passive means. No energy needed. Exactly. It means no energy needed. Diffusion doesn't need energy. It happens naturally. If you spray perfume in one corner of the room, it will naturally spread to the rest of the room. No energy is needed. Active transport, that's imagine trying to get perfume particles spread out in a room and trying to put them all back into the perfume the perfume bottle. You're going to need a lot of energy. That's going to be virtually impossible, right? So active transport needs a lot of energy. It's an active process, not a passive process. That's the first thing I want to tell you guys. Where does it get its energy from? So it needs energy. Where does it get its energy from? Where do our cells get energy from? What process does it get energy from? Respiration. Yes, mitochondria respiration. Well done, guys. You get that from respiration. So in order to carry out active transport, you need energy from respiration. So that's what it says in the notes here. Okay, so active transport is the movement of particles, net movement of particles from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration using energy from respiration. So you do need to say that point as well if they do ask you what the definition is. Let me just see the chat quickly. Say we win. When do we get the voucher? Pretty much straight away, next day, the day after. Is you email us. We'll get back to you. So if you email us tonight, whoever wins, email us tonight, and we'll get back to you tomorrow or the day after. And yeah, we'll give it to you. We've been giving away the last prizes to winners already. We've already given them away. So if you win it, yes. If you get first place, you get a £25 voucher. If you get second place, you get a £5 voucher. But that could go up if we get 50 views or 50 viewers in the live stream. We got 26 right now. It's higher than last time. It's slowly creeping up every time we do it. When we reach 50, I'll up it. What if it's a draw? Interesting. We'll see. We'll see if it's a draw. I'll see what happens. Okay. Example of active transport. There's two examples you need to know. The root hair cells again. So guys, if you think of root hair cells, think of two different things, okay? Root hair cells found in roots. They take in water. They also take in minerals. You guys have already told me this. But the way it takes in minerals is different to the way it takes in water. It takes in water through osmosis because osmosis is diffusion with water. But it takes in minerals by active transport. How do we know this? Because in active transport, you can see there's a low concentration outside. It's not like that water one that we saw. In the water example, we had a lot of water in the soil and we had barely any water in the cell. This time, we don't have many ion particles, many pink particles in the soil. We have a lot of pink particles in the cell. So it's going against the concentration gradient, we say. So it's going from a low concentration to a high concentration. So this root hair cell would need energy to take mineral ions in. Next example, the last one that we're going to learn, is humans absorbing glucose from the gut. So for example, the small intestine, you have glucose. So if you had like a nice sugary snack, the glucose is going to go to your small intestine. It has to go from the small intestine to your blood. But the thing is, in your bloodstream, you have a high concentration of blood already. So in order to go from the low to high, it's the same concept, guys. You need active transport, which requires energy. All right, guys, that is a quick summary, very quick summary. We did that in 45 minutes. We went through that. But if you're part of FRR classes, you would have been, you would have done this with me already. We would have been in the classes where I give you guys workbooks. And we went through this in three lessons. We went through it thoroughly. We went through all the spec points. I didn't go as quickly as I did today. So we do that as well, guys. On a weekly basis, we have one science lesson each on Fridays and Sundays. So that's the FRL classes plan. And for each class, you get given a workbook. So a workbook has exactly what we're going through in class, with a few bits missed out. So you don't have to write notes in these classes. You've got it in front of you. You just need to write a few words and listen along to the class. We got a few of our FRR class members in the live chat already. I've seen them already. So you can ask them how it is, if you guys are feeling to join, or if you don't know about it, then yeah, let them know. And the more the merrier. If we get more people in our classes, it'll be even better. We've got, how many people right now in the chat? We've got 23 in the chat. How many do we have in the Kahoot? We're about to start, guys. We've got 19 in the Kahoot. I'll leave this up for a bit longer. Let's see what people are saying. It's a life changer. Thank you, Ashton. Yes, it is. Iman, what days? What Fridays and Sundays. So Fridays we've got chemistry, Sundays we've got biology and physics as well. Juan, yes it is. Yes it is. Do you do tutoring? Yes, I do tutoring. How much is it? Oh yeah, so the plans are, so it's £4 for FRL Pro. So this will unlock all the flashcards, all the exam questions, and all the unlimited quizzes as well for £4 a month. And then the classes is £11 a month for one subject, or £22 for all three subjects. So yeah, you can try a trial as well, guys, if you go on the website. But the notes and questions, most of the questions, or two of the questions, exam questions, are free for anyone that joins. All right, we've got 28 people on the Kahoot. Are we ready to start this thing? Remember the rules before we start, guys. You can join in. Doesn't matter if you just joined now. You can still join in. You can join in if you're in the middle of the quiz as well. Anyone can join. But in order to win the prize, you need to have been in this chat, talking away, revising with me. We need proof. We need a screenshot. So if you have chatted, take a screenshot and save that there just in case you do win. You have to have subscribed to our channel. So anyone who's chatting is automatically subscribed to our channel. So that's fine. You have to be in the top 2 today, not top 3. Be top 2. And if you're first place, you get an Amazon voucher for £25. If you're second place, you get an Amazon voucher for £5. All right, guys. Are we ready? I've chatted and been here for 30 minutes. Excellent. PNF, that's good. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Good luck, guys. So, first question is always a poll. Diffusion, osmosis, active transport. Remember everything I taught you guys? First question, what was it? Okay. I will be taking science for sixth form / college. Likely, extremely likely. Vote what you guys think. Do you guys think you're going to be taking science next year, whatever you're doing, whether you're going to sixth form, college, or doing something else? Is it going to be something scientific? Let me know, just so we can give the last minute attendees a chance to join. Okay, 29 people in the Kahoot. Nice. More people in the Kahoot than in the stream. Let's see the answers here. We've got even spread here. Oh, no, not even spread. I lied. All right. We got 69% saying very likely, extremely likely. We've got 10% here. So we've got 79 saying they're very likely to take science next year. Interesting. That's good to hear. And we got people who are not planning to take science, which is absolutely fine as well. Just interesting to see. I just thought I would see how many of you want to actually take it next year. All right, guys, are we ready? First question. Let's go. True or false? Diffusion requires energy. I literally said this just before. Wow, look how fast that was. That's 1 second and there was about 20 answers. I hope those are the right answers. Does diffusion require energy? Yes or no? If you press the wrong one, don't worry about it. People do make mistakes later. 2 of you accidentally put true. Diffusion is a passive process. It does not require energy. That's active transport, guys. Active transport requires energy. Everyone's in locking in mode. Yes, that's what I like to see. There's always one guy who takes years to answer the question. Wow, look at this, guys. 5 of you, I'm pretty sure it's more of you, are on 1,000, which means you guys spammed that false button. I think, was it false? Yeah, straight away. Didn't lose any points. You pretty much did it straight away. Nice. 5 people, minimum 5 people. It doesn't show you past 5th position, so it could be more. But yeah, 1,000 points is the most you can get for each question. Someone said 41st. That can't be right. How many people do we have on this? So we've got like 30 people on this. All right, let's go. Next question. Get ready. Which state of matter does diffusion occur in? Which one of these do you think? Only solids, only liquids and solids, only gases, only liquids and gases. Sammy says 17th. Okay, let's hope to try and get that back up. Rome in the future, guys. I'm thinking of giving a chance to the top 5 people to get a prize. So we'll see how that goes. I'll think about it. 15 of you got that right. Well done to 15 of you. It only occurs in liquids and gases. Remember what I said. I think I said this right at the start of the revision session. You can do it in liquids and gases. Diffusion occurs in liquids and gases because the particles are free to move. In solids, it's not free to move. So it can happen in liquids as well. Right, what's that done? Powerful Puffin is on 2,000. Got 2 perfect answers there. Okay, how many questions are there? There are 14 questions. Ashton, 3rd place. Bubbly Urchin, all right. Powerful Puffin, who's that? Who's that in the chat? Is that someone in the chat? Let me know. Aquatic Condor is 2nd. Let's see if you can keep this perfect streak up. Powerful Puffin. Let's go. Next question. He's using AI. You can't get it that fast using AI, I don't think. You can get the answers, but it's not going to tell you. It's not going to be faster than your reaction time. True or false? Larger organisms have higher surface area to volume ratio. What do we think? The answer is false. Again, this is another one you can probably get 1,000 on because you just spam the false button. But they're not all like that. Not all the questions are like that. Right, let's see what we've got now. Powerful Puffin has got 3,000. Wow. Right, so let's see if we got Aquatic Condors has jumped up to 2nd place now. We're going to go to the next questions. Get ready, get ready. This is question number, what are we on? 4. What increases the rate of diffusion? What do you guys think? Reducing surface area, decreasing temperature, increasing concentration gradient, or lowering pressure? The answer, increasing concentration gradient. Remember, concentration gradient is the difference in concentration between the high and low concentration areas. So the bigger the difference in concentration, the bigger the concentration gradient, the faster the rate of diffusion. Okay, let's see what the leaderboard is saying. Oh, Powerful Puffin has gone down to third place. That perfect streak of getting 3,000s in a row has gone down. Aquatic Condor, that's Ashton, right? First place. You nearly won it last time, didn't you? And you lost the question right at the end. Who's Flawless Tiger? Is that anyone in the chat? Fourth. Oh, Ashton's fourth. Oh yeah. Who's Aquatic Condor then? Flawless Tiger. Is that anyone in the chat? You can only get one true or false question because you know the location of the All right, let's see how it goes. Next up, let's try next question. Go on, Ashton, says Doggy. I believe in you. Hopefully you can get it this time. Question 6. So what is the surface area of this cube? It's a 2x2 cube. I showed you this one. So surface area of this cube, you need to find the area of one face and then times it by 6. Took you way too long, is it? I think it should have taken people longer. 15 of you got that right. Well done. So what you need to do here, 2 times 2 is 4, and then you times that by 6, and that gives you 24. Answers 24. Okay, so Ashton, you've moved up to third place. We've got Aquatic Condor and Flawless Tiger in second place. Powerful Puffin has dropped down to fourth place, and Bold Blobfish is fifth place. Okay. As soon as you get going, so you're basically out of the game. Not quite, actually, because in the last one, if you watch the Sunday one, we had someone on top for such a long time, and then right at the end, they dropped down. So there is a chance. There's a chance for everyone to get that, because some of the standard multiple choice questions. All right, on to the next one. Oliver says you need to sleep. All right, let's go. Pin the answer. Which side has the higher water concentration? We've got a diagram here. Move your pin to the area that you think has a higher water concentration. And we saw this exact same diagram. Was it the same one? I don't know. What does higher water concentration mean? Higher water concentration means it has more water. So look at the labels. See which side has more water and move your pin to that side. Oof, we got a few on the left, we got a few on the right. And it's the left. 19 of you got that right. Ashton gave everyone a clue there. We do get people saying answers in the chat. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. But yeah, we got it right that time. It's on the left, guys, because more water particles in it. If it's got more water particles in it, it's got a higher water concentration. You joined late, Roy Akbari, no worries. You can still join. We're just trying to learn here, trying to revise. We're trying to get you guys better grades for your GCSEs. So you can just join and see how it goes. You don't need to win a prize this time, but you can join again on Sunday and you can try and win a prize next time. Deba is 17th. Okay, not bad. It's out of what, 30 people? Aquatic Condor and are both at the top. Bold Blobfish has jumped up to 3rd place. Well done. Who's that? Is that someone in the chat? There's no way I'm going to be at the top. That's fine. You don't need to be at the top, guys. Remember, you're gaining something. You're learning. It's going to help you with your GCSEs. That's the aim here. So keep at it, guys. Let's go. Victoria. Question 14. We're past the halfway stage. What is the name of this structure? It's going to reveal itself slowly. 0 answers. Wait for it. Oh, yeah. I know you guys recognize that because I showed it to you guys during the revision session. What is that? It took a few seconds, I think, for people to pick up what it was. And then as soon as you saw, I think, the pink circles, you knew what it was. Not too late. You can join. Doggy Rocky, I'm Blobfish. Come on, keep it up. You can get it. Doggy Rocky, you're 3rd place, right? Alveoli, yes. 22 of you got that right. Well done. It's not fish gills. And 3 of you said villi. No, it's not villi. Remember, they're the ones that are like the little fingers that are sticking out. Doggy Rocky got 3rd last Wednesday. Ooh, 3rd again. Let's see if you can climb up to 2nd. I hope you can improve. Let's see. Ashton's on it to catch up. That's what I like to hear. Doggy Rocky thinks Ashton's going to get 1st. All right. Well done, guys. So we got Aquatic Condor not giving up their 1st place. Flawless Tiger, I think they've been up in 2nd for a while as well. They're strong, staying strong up there, but it's not far behind for Bold Blobfish. God, these are all like tongue twisters. I'm trying to say them, but it's really hard to say. And Bubbly Urchin is 6698. Let's move on to question 9. Get ready. All right, Barry says harmonic ferret. I hope to catch up. What do plants absorb from the soil? Is multi-select, guys. Multi-select. Is it glucose, water, chlorophyll, minerals? What do we think? What happened to that person that got 1,000 for the first 3? I think they fluked it, didn't they, for the first 3? And then they just disappeared. Water and minerals, guys. Wow, look at that. Only 1 person made a mistake there. That's amazing, guys. That shows me that you guys learned what we did in the revision session, which is what this whole thing's about. So well done. Nope, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm going to talk this much the whole time, guys. I'm going to keep it going. Multiple choice. It said multiple choice before. If you saw it on your screen, it would have said multiple choice. Unlucky. Exactly. Thank you, Dog Rocky, for backing me up there. I'm literally teaching you guys. I'm trying to help you guys out for GCSE. I'm trying to get your grades up. So yeah, I'm going to keep talking. You can't stop me. Aquatic Condor, Flawless Tiger, Bold Blobfish, still top 3. That's Doggy Rocky. Let's see if you can climb up to 2nd place. Deborah, thank you. Your explanations are really helpful. That's good to hear. That's why I do it, guys. I'm trying to help as many people as possible. You got a grade 9 in biology mock. Nice. Okay, next up, let's go for the next question. Type. All right, type as fast as possible. During osmosis, water particles pass through a partially permeable what? There we go. Someone typed that quick. Not straight away. I think it took about 2 seconds. Someone typed in 2 seconds, which is nice. Partially permeable. Thank you, Iman, for saying that. Will you do another Kahoot? Yes, we will. Membrane. Oh, someone spelled as brain as in the head brain. No. Membrane, B-R-A-N-E at the end. All of you got that right. Amazing. Will you do another Kahoot? Yes, every Wednesday, every Sunday. Keep those 2 slots saved in your head, guys. Every Wednesday at 8:30? 8:30, and every Sunday at 7:45, we're going to be doing these quizzes. So come and join. It's literally free revision and a chance to win a prize as well. So it's a win-win for you guys. It's just a bit of time and you get something. Bubbly Urchin has moved up to 2nd place. Well done. That was someone in the chat, right? Still got 900 plus points. Bold Blobfish still third. Someone jumped over you to second place. Bubbly Urchin. That's Ashton. Oh, yes. Okay. This time. Let's see if you get the prize this time, Ashton. Good luck. All right. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Puzzle. You got to put these in order. Double points if you do this. Put the following organisms in order of increasing surface area to volume ratio from smallest at the top, then biggest at the bottom. Increasing surface area to volume ratio. Don't fall into the trap. From smallest to biggest. Half and half. Wow. Smallest surface area to volume ratio is the biggest animal. It's the elephant at the top. Then it's a dog. Then it's a mouse. Then it's a bacteria. Remember, we did that calculation, guys, in this revision session. I worked out a small cube and a big cube. And we worked out the smaller cube had the biggest surface area to volume ratio. Thanks for repeating it. No worries. Sixth place. Let's go, says Devon. Good luck. Nice. You need to go study for your English exam. You go, Philip. Good luck. Hope it goes well for your English exam. Another important subject there. I'll see you on Friday for the live on what are we doing on Friday? Biology. No, chemistry on Friday. I'll see you then, guys. Flawless Tiger has jumped up to second. Was Flawless Tiger up there before? They were second and they dropped down, right? Am I right or wrong? Ashton has dropped down, and who was the other one? Doggy Rocky has dropped down to fourth as well. All right, three more questions. Nearly there, guys. Keep it up. True or false? Active transport is a passive process. Think about it. Passive process. What does passive mean? Yes, see you all on FRL Pro. Yes, we'll see you at the class on Friday, Phil. False. It's not a passive process. It needs energy to happen. It's an active process. So the answer is false there. Diffusion is a passive process. Osmosis is a passive process, but not active transport. Swashbuckler. Yes, the same twin. I'm praying on third. Good luck. 27th, that's fine. You're learning with every question that comes. You're gaining something every time. Don't worry. Okay, let's go. Next one. Quiz. 2 more questions. Double points again. Chance to catch up. What process allows mineral absorption in root hair cells? Quick answers there. Look at that. Very quick answers. Is it active transport? Is it diffusion? Is it osmosis? I hope no one put filtration there. Honestly, I haven't said that word once this whole live stream. So I hope no one put that in. Answer is active transport. Yes, it's mineral absorption, not water absorption. Water absorption is osmosis, but mineral absorption is active transport. Well done to the 18 of you who got that. Ashton's got back into second place. Oh, it's really tight up there, isn't it? 420, 215, 141. You might get it, Ashton. You might get it. You went from 30th to 18th. That's amazing. Well done. All right. Are we ready for the last one? First, Malaika. First, well done. Is that you, Aquatic Condor? Well done. If you are, remember, guys, if you are first or second, take a screenshot of your character, take a screenshot of the chat of you participating in the chat during the revision session, and email us at help@flashrevisionlab.com, and then we'll send you guys your voucher. First place, if that's you, Malaika, that's £25 Amazon voucher. Second place, if that's you, Ashton, £5 voucher. So email us, guys. You used to go to your zone. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Nice to see you. What's the email address? Is here on the left. Can you guys see? help@flashvisionlab.com. That's the email address. Okay. Are we ready for the last question? Let's see if there's any change in the top 5. Let's go. Last question. Multi-select. Select more than one. Double points as well. You can increase the rate of diffusion by increasing the. Remember, I showed you the spec for this as well. It's more than one. Increasing the temperature, surface area, adding a catalyst or concentration gradient. This is your first live, says Iman, but you will come to all of them. Nice. That's good to hear. That's what we like to hear. We like to see the numbers go up and up for every live. And that's been happening. We reached, what, 34, I think, today? Maximum. Temperature, surface area, concentration gradient are the 3. Well done. Let's go. Let's see who's on the podium. You got 5th, Doggy Rocky. Don't worry. We'll try again on Sunday. We go again. 3rd place, Flawless Tiger. Dropped down. Bubbly Urchin. Ashton, you got it. You finally got it. Well done. And 1st place, we've got Aquatic Condor. Well done. Guys, email us and we'll send you your prizes. We go again on Sunday. We're going to do physics on Sunday. Those of you who are on FRO classes, I'll see you all on Friday for some chemistry, and then Sunday again for biology and physics. And then we got our next live stream for us to revise for a prize again on Sunday as well. So I think we need some more numbers for the wheel spin. I'm thinking for the top 5 to do a wheel spin from 2nd to 5th place. So if you get 2nd to 5th place, you still have a chance of winning a prize. I'm not sure if that's going to work because I can't see who's 4th and 5th right now, can I? I can see who's top 3, but I can't see who's 4th and 5th. So maybe I do it for 2nd and 3rd. Unless I got a podium here. Is there any way of seeing who's like 4th and 5th? What topic? We'll let you know. We haven't. I'm not sure what it is. We'll let you know. Nope, not this. You can see it for like 2 secs. Can you? You only see the podium at the end though, right? Feedback. No, it's not feedback either. I think you can only see the top 3. I'll take a look and I'll see if I can figure it out. If I can, then yeah, I say anyone who's from 2nd to 5th, we do a wheel spin and see if they can win a prize. All right, guys. Thank you. Handawale, you love to spam the chat, don't you? It's I don't know the topic. We'll let you know on our socials. We'll let you know on TikTok. It's on full report. Okay, let me see full report. It says not to show the screen for some reason. So let me check if that works. And then if it does work, then I'll let you guys know. All right, guys. Yeah, I think Handawali, I'm gonna have to block you. You know that. That is way too much spamming. All right. Anyway, and they're gone. Okay, so you're reporting dude for spam. Yeah, I don't like to see that, guys. I don't like to see someone just spamming the same thing over and over again. Anyway, they're out of there. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Well done. For those of you who got a prize, drop an email. I'll see you all on Friday if you're on FRL classes, or I'll see you on Sunday if you're coming to the YouTube stream. Okay, have a good evening, guys. Bye.